I went to high school at Brentwood Academy, and
Okay.
and that's where I actually got called in my junior year to be in the entertainment business. But I actually started out, my first entertainment gig, I was a kid actor. I was a kid actor and a kid model. And my first paying gig in the entertainment business was, I was 6 years old, and they asked me to do some commercials with Minnie Pearl.
Really?
And they paid me a really nice check, and I'm 6 years old, and they loved my milk mustache. And man, when you're a kid and you get $500 or $600 for a day's work, you don't forget it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that was my first paying gig. That's how I started out. And then I wound up modeling and doing a bunch of kid acting stuff. And I never was really in the music business, until I decided that I was going to get in it later in my life. But my father, I grew up underneath him. And he was a
Yes.
very well-known songwriter. He did quite well as a songwriter. And I had an interesting life because, I met Dolly Parton when I was 4 years old at the Grand Ole Opry.
So
I actually
cool.
remember that. I remember meeting Dolly with Porter Wagner. And Charlie Pride would come to the house because my dad wrote a bunch of hits for him. And, he played checkers with me and stuff like that. I mean, I had some amazing blessings, And when in my younger kid years, I remember we didn't have cars that were working. I mean, we were poor when I was, on the early ages. But when my father hit it as a songwriter, we did all right.
That's good.
And things changed, and he was blessed, and he was a very hardworking man. So I never planned on being in the music business. So growing up, I done some acting and done some modeling, and I just my high school years, I went to Brentwood Academy, like I told you, and I did music there, like played guitar and stuff, but I wasn't planning on making that my career. But somebody asked me what a music publisher was, and it really, it was a sort of a scary question because I knew all of them in town.
Right.
And back then, there wasn't a lot of honor in the business, if you know what I'm saying. I mean, there were people doing things that, it wasn't a life I was interested in doing.
Sure.
But the Lord called me that day that He wanted me to write and publish songs that would give life to people. And He took me to a memory when I was a kid, and on this day that person asked that question, and all these people were outside on this beautiful sunny day, but all these adults were crying.